episode 76 of BigRedBarel Geek Speak, your place for all your nerdy needs on BigRedBarel.com. I am your host, Lauren, the badass of Borderlands, and with me as always is the Baroness of Butts at Amorous Auntie Alex.
The last of the butts.
The last of butts, yes. And joining us from TICGN is the jubilantly jocular James.
Hello.
Hello. James, would you like to tell us a little bit about TICGN?
Yeah, we are primarily a gaming news and reviews website. However, I'm there mostly as a film critic and reviewer. However, every now and then they let me review games, and weirdly, it's never indie titles, it's been Uncharted and an Assassin's Creed.
Hey, that's a good thing.
Yeah, they are quite an experience, like quite cinematic, if you will.
Very true.
So I think that kind of works, because your movies, they're cinematic, blends together.
It definitely, because nobody wanted to buy Uncharted.
Really? What's wrong with them? Not that I'm, big Uncharted fan, I've never played, but still.
When we did Uncharted, most of the gamers were Xbox guys.
Oh, so you got it on PS4?
Yeah, I did.
Mystery solved.
Yes, so for episode 76, our time waste for the week, as we start, as we always will, is Flix. So it's a little YouTube channel that I've been slightly obsessed with over the last week. Been watching it for a while, but this last week I've been really getting on it. And they do a little series called Ending Explained, which, as you know about me by now, is I like to research my movies. I like to know everything that's going on and other people's perspectives. So Ending Explained is pretty much like a guy discussing with the camera what went on in the movie, and then trying to give a logical explanation to what happened at the end. So things like Boy, which is a supernatural horror based about a kind of boy figurine in a house, and a girl has come to babysit it, and all hell breaks loose. Krampus as well, discussing the ending for that. And they're usually about 10 minutes long, very enjoyable. He's done one for Split recently as well, which is very nice, really good, making me want to watch it even more. But yeah, if you have 10 minutes spare, check it out. He does have other series and reviews, but I really, really do recommend Ending Explained by Flix on YouTube.
On the suggestions you gave, does he actually talk about good films?
Some good films, but it's more like the confusing films, the things that they don't quite make sense. Like, he does discuss Arrival, for instance.
Oh, yes.
So he discusses the ending of that and how it all is quite secular in nature and so on. So it's pretty good, but it's also just amusing in the way he does it. There's little skits involved, especially with the one for Split. He did one on The Blair Witch. Is it The Blair Witch, or the newest one?
It's just Blair Witch.
It's just Blair Witch. Yeah, so because I never want to see that, I cannot be bothered. I just watched that instead, and he told me the entire plot. So there are spoilers, obviously, and discussed the ending in a way that kind of made sense, as best as it could do for a Blair Witch movie.
I didn't mind Blair Witch. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm just not interested in the series, to be honest.
Oh, fair enough.
Do you think he could explain that weird-ass... Oh, what was that movie that really confused us, and he explained to me the plot with Mila Kunis as a weird queen, and she has vampire dude who's supposed to help him.
Jupiter Ascending. Yeah.
Oh, the best way to understand that is to watch the Screen Junkies Honest trailer, where they literally tell you the plot.
It's just a terrible film.
Yeah.
It is literally terrible. Channing Tatum is like a wolf boy man with rocket shoes.
Yeah, he has a line as you can never love somebody who's half dog, and her response is, I love dogs.
Romance, yes. So, yeah, check it out. Really good. It's mainly kind of psychological and horror movies at the moment, but his channel's only about a year old, and I think he does this, seems like once a month at the minute, maybe more as he builds up steam, but it's really, really good. Moving on, we are going to be doing a lot of TV shows this week, and most of these are available on Netflix, and we love Netflix on this show. So, Alex, do you want to kick off?
Yeah, I was just going to suggest, I think we should add a little addendum to our name. Geek Speak, not actually sponsored by Netflix, just yet. We're working on it.
If they want to sponsor us, that is fine. If they just gave us free Netflix, I'd be happy with that, to be honest. We pay for Netflix, we are not sponsored by Netflix, all opinions are our own. There are some absolutely terrible things on Netflix.
Clinical.
Is there something called Clinical?
There is a film called Clinical. It's a... God, it's so bad.
Your size says so much.
Yeah. Don't think we need to say anymore.
There's the Richie Rich Netflix original TV show. There's Fuller House.
Both seasons.
Both seasons. There was another one, I can't remember, but I think I mentioned it the last episode I was on, and he was like, I think it was a Hispanic family, and it's a single mom with 2 kids, and her mother-in-law moves in, all hell breaks loose. It's like, nah. It's like all the typical screenshots that you'd expect from like an early 90s sitcom. But one good thing, that came out of Super Bowl last weekend. Stranger Things has been, its trailer's up and it's back on Halloween.
Funnily enough, today I saw that QA is also getting the 2nd season.
Do you mean OA?
Oh yeah, that OA, exactly.
It did confuse me for a while. I was just looking at the logo. I was like, what is that? Is it an O? Is it just an arrow? Is it ooh?
I only know it's the OA because Jason Isaacs said it was the OA, and hello to Jason Isaacs.
Yes, Jason Isaacs is the bestest, as far as we're concerned. Anyway.
Alex, you do need to watch Stranger Things. I know you don't want to, but you should.
Yeah, you probably should. It's only 8 episodes long.
And it's not that spoopy.
I don't know. I might do, but I don't want to right now.
Well, I'll make you brownies if you do.
No, your brownies are too good. Why do you bribe me this way?
I'll make you raspberry brownies.
You guys are the worst.
I've got brownies downstairs. I made them before the show. You can have some now.
Anyway, moving on. Wonderful listener Dingo suggested this. I watched the 1st season of The Galavant, which is
I haven't watched it yet.
Absolutely fantastic. It's on Netflix, but it is on the American Netflix, so think of that what you will. But it is a musical comic fantasy television series.
Sold.
I need to watch it.
Sold.
It's medieval as well.
It is
set in medieval time.
Yes.
I've never heard of it, but I am there.
Technically, most fantasy, I guess, assumes it's in a medieval setting. Not necessarily, but when I say fantasy, I automatically, for some reason, picture a medieval-ish kind of setting.
That is true, because like other fantasies will actually have their own subgenre associated with, like sci-fi. Sci-fi is fantasy as well. Or like vampires or werewolves. That's another form of fantasy.
Let's not go into that conversation, because we'll get opinions at us. I think.
Okay. They're all versions of fantasy.
Of course
That's
they're
saying.
versions of, imaginations and make-believe, and they're all fiction and so on. But anyway, this is all transcending genres, and that's not the point. The series, The Galavant, follows the adventures of the Galavant, who is a dashing knight hero. He slew the dragons, he was famous and beloved, he had the girl called Madalena, but unfortunately, during, this whole high and them being happily ever after living together, through their village rides evil King Richard, and he sees Madalena and decides that he wants Madalena to be his wife.
Why are they always called Richard? I know like they can be called
because
Dick
a dick.
for sure, but it's always Richard.
He's a dick! Come on!
Yeah, he's a dick. He's a dick. Carry on.
So at the beginning of the series, we pretty much see that, our introduction into the series, and what I've just told is pretty much what you'll be shown in the trailer for the 1st season. Now, there's the kind of thing that I would suggest not to actually watch the trailer and just to trust us that it is good in like a good way, because there is...
Just go for it.
Can I just... I've just Googled it and looking at the Wikipedia page, and I'm going to ignore the fact that it says starring on Third Down Vinnie Jones, and I'm going to go down to the fact that the music is done by Alan Menken, Disney legendary composer, Christopher Leonard, who did all the music for The Book of Mormon and Frozen.
That's all you have to say, Book of Mormon, I'm there.
And
exactly.
Glenn Slater, who's a magnificent lyricist, who's won multiple Tonys. He did all the lyrics for The Little Mermaid, Sister Act, School of Rock, loads of stuff.
The songs are good. I've been watching a couple of other musical TV shows. For example, was it My Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, which is also quite good and cheerful. Like,
I love that show. It's just finished its 2nd season.
Yeah,
oh my God,
but
Hugh Bonneville and Al Yankovic are in this.
Yes.
How have I not heard about this show?
Do you mean as in Weird Al?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I love Weird Al. I saw him live year before last. He was amazing.
Anyway, so two things I'll tell you before this. So, first of all, don't watch the trailer for it, because as fantastic... Actually, maybe, Lauren, you've seen the trailer, because I have accidentally not accidentally, I have sent it to you, but I now regret this.
I can't remember it, don't worry.
There is a little both comedic and kind of a stinger point in a trailer that gets you to watch the TV show. You see that happen, and you're like, right, now I have to watch it because this twist is fucking hilarious. Thing about that plot twist is that you also see it in about first 15 minutes of the first episode, but it is so good, in my opinion.
Is it the wedding?
Yes, it is the wedding.
Oh, I remember it.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If it's within the first 15 minutes, that's fine.
It is in the first 15 minutes, and it is in the trailer, so I don't think it's that much of a spoiler. But that was the point where I was like, right, this is absolutely fantastic. This is how it turned out. This is the level of humor they're going for. I want to watch this TV show. And the second part of it, that our songs are really, really good and really catchy. And what I was alluding to with the Crazy Ex-Girlfriend is that they also, they have a lot of songs, they have actors who are very good at singing, but their songs for me is kind of hit and miss. They'll be the one that's really catchy and I'll be going around the whole day singing it. And then the other ones, I'm just like, can we get to some other jokes? Because this is okay, but not so good.
That's in a lot of kind of TV show musicals. It's like, at the minute, I've got a Villain of My Own Story from Crazy Ex-Girlfriend stuck in my head. I don't know why. It just popped in there for some reason. And I haven't watched that episode for a long time. But then there's other ones like the recent episode, which is... There's a hair metal man nap song about a man taking a nap. And that one I wasn't too fussed on. Rebecca Bloom has...
Oh, she's fantastic. It's worth watching Crazy Ex-Girlfriend just for her, as far as I'm concerned.
Have you guys seen her original YouTube stuff?
I started on her because she does one of the songs on the Starbomb album.
Yes.
I heard her on that, and then I found her YouTube channel, and I love F Me, Ray Bradbury, and I Steal Pets.
Yeah.
Such a good song. Again, another time waster if you're bored, go onto Rachel Bloom's YouTube page. It's full of the songs from Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, and they have different versions of them. They're not suitable for the TV. They're a bit ruder. Some of them, I haven't actually noticed which ones are. But then if you go back in her YouTube catalogue, there's some of her original pieces, and they're fantastic. Like, she did one for Cracked, which was it was historically accurate Disney princess song, which is fantastic. And it's all about someone getting the plague, bloke married to his daughter bride, a giant Jesus on a cross with hands hammered into it from all the the robbers. And it's all animated in the Disney style. It's fantastic. Check it out. Sorry, carry on, Galavant.
Yeah, so Galavant. Songs are all great. I love them all. In the first episode, there is a song that King Richard is singing, and as far as I'm concerned, that is some of the best comedic stuff I've ever heard in my life. It's just fantastic.
Ooh, nice.
So, to add to that, we have the evil king, we have the captured love interest, we have the gallant knight. The evil king, it turns out, decided to capture... Also, because, hey, he's not going to stop at the woman, captures also a kingdom, and the princess of that kingdom, Isabella Maria Lucia Elisabetta of Valencia.
Well done.
Yeah, I know, it's a big thing about her name. She escapes and she comes to a Galavant to basically convince him to come and liberate her people from King Richard. And by this point, Galavant lost the love of his life, thinks he smells, he doesn't really fight anyone, he spends his old days drinking, he has,
It's Igneo Montoya from Princess Bride after he gets beaten.
Sure?
You haven't seen Princess Bride, have you?
Sure?
I've got the book. I'll give you the book.
I am Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Now prepare to die.
Prepare to die.
To be fair, we do have Blu-ray or DVD or whatever that is that I should be watching, but I did not watch it yet.
Well, if you prefer, I do have the book. You can read that. Because I know you like reading more than
Yes, I'll
that.
take them both.
The book's a bit weird, though, because it's written kind of like someone's telling you about the book while you're reading the book.
Okay.
Okay, it's weird. But I think you'll love it.
Yeah, anyway, so, yeah, that's pretty much the whole setup of Galavant, and as you said, some actors are amazing. Al Yankovic is the monk. By the way, all monks sing. If they don't sing, they don't talk. So monks are just always singing, and Hugh Bonneville as a pirate king is absolutely fantastic. It's just hilarious. They had Ricky, is he named Ricky Gervais also at some point?
Oh, Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, Ricky Gervais, who was like a crazy, oh man, I can't remember what it was now, but he was playing the wizard, and I'm pretty sure the wizard's like the wizard who's supposed to help you to relax, blah blah blah. And the wizard name was a twist on some kind of pill or some kind of drug as well. So anyway, it was hilarious. It's really, really good. Also incredibly easy to watch. The episodes are 20-minute bits, and it's a great recommend. And I just need to watch season 2 now, which they're 10 episodes, and it actually finished of January last year, so it's kind of new and fresh.
Sorry, Rutger Hauer's in it.
Who is in it?
Sorry, I was Rutger Hauer. He was in Blade Runner.
No way.
Yeah, Rutger Hauer's in it.
I've seen things you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, and Robert Lindsay's in it. Oh, season 2. He's in season 2.
Oh my god. I need to watch the show. I will stop doing this podcast and go watch the show.
Me too. No, I was just trying to find Ricky Gervais' name, but he's not on the cast list on Wikipedia.
He's appeared in maybe one episode, so maybe that's why they didn't put his name in the recurring cast. He will be on IMDb and so much.
Yeah, because they've got recurring cast and guest. Let's have a look. Vinnie Jones is Gareth.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, while you're looking at it, they have whoever's playing the cook, whose name I can't find now as I'm looking, but this actor is like the perfectly cast role for the character he's playing.
Right, Nick Frost is in it, Matt Lucas is in it, Kylie Minogue's in it.
Some of them I haven't seen yet because they're probably season 2 stuff.
I'm actually stunned that I have not heard anybody talk about this.
Ricky Gervais is Xanax.
There
His
you go.
name's Xanax, yeah, which is an American film. Reece Shearsmith, sorry.
These are just full of my favourite people.
I love Reece Shearsmith. Anthony Head's in it.
No way.
Yeah, he's Galavant's father.
Oh, no, we're nerd. I'm proper nerding out. This is fantastic.
It
Sally
is!
Phillips is in it. I love Sally Phillips. Oh, God.
Anyway, this is Galavant. I think everyone is sold. Go watch it now.
Can I leave?
Well,
Can I go watch it now?
Not yet. In 40 minutes you can.
Damn it. Okay.
Plus, I've told you about this for weeks, Missy.
I know, but I've had stuff to deal with. Unfortunately. You know that.
Okay,
Woman.
I do know that.
Right, something I've been watching, which is not nearly as exciting as Galavant, unfortunately.
I was looking forward to that.
It's alright. It's pretty stupid, to be honest. It's got bad actors. It's kind of the old school Friday night teen CW type fare, I think. So it's Riverdale.
What, like a Vampire Diaries stuff or stuff like that?
Something like that. So they're trying to go all Twin Peaky with these characters. So Riverdale is based on the Archie comics from Day Gone By, but they're trying to sex it up a lot.
Of course.
There's already been... Yeah, I've watched 2 episodes, and there's so much kind of sexy stuff going on. It's like, you know, this is the Archie comics. This is weird.
Do all the ladies in that show have permanent perfect hairdo and wake up with makeup on?
Yeah, I hate them.
Ugh.
Oh, God. Yeah, Veronica, she looks gorgeous. She is
Of course she's called
flawless.
Veronica.
Yeah, it's Betty and Veronica. So they're the quintessential love interests. So Betty is Archie's best friend, been best friends since they can remember, next door neighbours, but she's pretty much in love with him. He's not interested. Apparently he got hot over the summer, and I'm using air quotes here, because he was working on his dad's building site and got some abs. Veronica is the spoilt rich girl who's just moved into town because her dad is on the run for embezzlement or something. So she's moved back to the town that her mum grew up with.
Which one is the Veronica, sorry? The blonde one, the redhead, or the dark hair?
Dark hair.
Alright.
Blonde one is Betty. So she's
Okay.
the atypical girl next door. Super overachiever, does everything, school mascot type stuff. Veronica is trying to be a better person, so they befriend each other, they seem like best friends, and there's a who's a fudge of issues going around there, like love triangle, as you can guess if you remember anything from the Archie comics. Like, I never read the Archie comics, but I always knew about the love triangle anyway. It was kind of quite a pop culture-y thing. Then you get the red-headed girl, I want to say Cherry, I can't remember her name, she overacts... Cheryl, something like that. But she overacts to the nth degree. And I just want to slap her face. So the whole mystery is The redhead and her brother have gone to the river at like 6 a.m. on the 4th of July to go for a little river ride. As you do at 6 a.m. on the 4th of July, alright? They're like 17-year-old kids. You should be sleeping.
You tell them, girl.
Yeah, something goes awry, and she is discovered kind of in a state of distress at the side of the river, looking all bedraggled, and her brother's nowhere to be seen. His body turns up a week later, and they're trying to find out who killed him, what happened, and so on. Jughead's there. In the first episode, he's there to the lesser extent. He acts as the narrator. He is played by one of the Sprouse twins. I think it's Cole Sprouse. You might remember them. They played Ben.
Not from Zack and Cody.
From Zack and Cody, and they played Ben in Friends. The two of them together. So they've grown up a bit. So I think Cole, which is a dark-haired Sprouse, he's playing Jughead. And Jughead is traditionally meant to be an asexual figure, more interested in burgers than anything else. But he's there writing a novel and narrating everything that's going on. He and Archie apparently had a big falling out. They're not friends at the start. There's kind of a bit of tension between them. And then at the end of the second episode, they seem to have made up. There's some gay stuff going on as well from Betty's other best friend, who's trying to, well, is being courted by one of the football boys who's a bit in the closet. And yeah, it's just drama. It's...
Honey, no offense, but everything you've just said just put me right to sleep.
Oh no, absolutely. I told you, it's bubblegum drama. Like, they're trying to be all serious, but it's just not working, because there's a few things that kind of irk me. Archie's meant to be ginger, but it looks like they literally painted his head orange.
Wait, they've ingingered a person?
They've ingingered a person, but to the extreme that...
But as a proper orange head, right?
Yeah.
That's not cool. That's not on.
But it just... Because, like, you know, people with ginger hair, they have a colour. Well, their skin has a pigment that kind of suits the ginger hair. It works.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's got the hair of a brown-haired guy. The kind of tones of someone with brown hair. So you can see that it doesn't mesh, if that makes sense. Doesn't suit him at all.
I was annoyed before, now I'm just angry.
Yeah. Betty is kind of pathetic and too perfect at the same time. Her parents are dickbags. Well, her mum is. Her mum's the editor of the local paper. And there's this whole drama that the boy who died was dating Betty's sister, and something happened which ended up with Betty's sister being put into a mental institution. That's why I think it's kind of bubblegum fiction. So they're trying really hard to be edgy, sexy, because... Oh, even when you go onto Netflix and you look at the cover of it, you see the little picture, and it's the cover for the TV show. That cover is two people banging in a car. Do you want to guess who that is?
I don't even remember anyone's names at this point.
Is it two girls?
Nope, it's something that really irks me.
Is it Josie from Josie and the Pussycats?
Oh no, Josie and the Pussycats are
Yeah, she's in it, I know.
Yeah, so it's a trio of Afro-Caribbean girls who are kind of like a synthy band in the vein of like Haim. They kind of remind me of Haim. They weren't too bad. They were a bit overacted and a bit, you better watch yourselves.
Tell us who's in the car.
Oh, it's Archie and his music teacher.
Alright.
Yeah. She drove past him in the summer and saw him take his shirt off, and then they started banging.
Yay!
His teacher.
Oh, come on. The teenagers left the teachers and underage kid kind of twist. I see it in every CW show, basically.
No, but do you see what I mean? It's like CW bubblegum fiction.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If you want something to mong out to, just like something stupid, like with pretty people and some sort of plot, don't watch it. But don't expect too much. Oh, end of the first episode is when they find the body. And the model is so bad. Because they find him like half into the lake. So you find his torso up on the shoreline, and then the rest of him is in the like start of the lake, and you just look at his face, it's just like, what the hell?
So we can say Stranger Things it is not.
Oh, absolutely not. If there's a spectrum, they're at two completely opposite ends.
Cool.
They're trying to be Twin Peaks, but failing.
Does it feel like a community parody of Twin Peaks, but not as funny? That's sort of the vibe I'm getting.
Just feels like someone's written Archie fanfic and tried to get it made.
Oh, that's worse.
Yeah. If you're bored, check it out. I'm probably going to keep watching it because It's something to do. It comes out every Friday on Netflix, and since Crazy Ex-Girlfriend is finished, I'm gonna watch that instead.
Yeah, sorry. No happening. Avoiding.
Yeah, not even going near it. I'm going to be too busy watching Galavant.
Oh, yes. I'm gonna plow through that in a day. But if it gets better, I'll let you know. Something else that's not very good either.
You're full of things not to recommend this week.
Yeah, felt like we were being too positive last few weeks. I don't know why. Yeah, Powerless.
Hey, we're still doing public service. We've recommended stuff, and now we're saying, don't watch this.
I'm not saying don't watch it, I'm just saying go in not expecting much, and then you'll be alright. Yeah, Powerless, which is the new DC Universe TV show live action, starring Vanessa Hudgens, Danny Pudi, and Alan Tudyk.
Oh, I remember something about this, but it used to have a completely different premise.
Yep.
And then when they actually went into doing the show, they did like a boring version of that.
So James saw the original version at Comic-Con, didn't you?
I did, yes.
Yeah, and I saw the release, the pilot episode this week. Yeah, so we're discussing it out Monday, and what was your thoughts on the San Diego version?
I thought it had a lot of promise. It was really interesting. It looked at superhero shows from an angle that people had always joked about, but never really explored, and they were really doing it. And then the main showrunner got axed, and then they brought on somebody else, and they reshot an entirely different episode. There is borderline nothing that is the same apart from the absolute basic premise and the actors.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So can you tell me the original thing that you saw, and then now what has changed?
Well, it seemed to be before about insurance.
For like superheroes, right? So there were normal people insuring something after...
No, it was normal people getting superhero insurance, and they're selling that to normal people because of, superheroes ruining cities.
Yeah.
Sort of on the back of
sense.
the mass murdering and collateral damage that Superman caused in Man of Steel, stuff like that. And it's quite an interesting thing, and you can imagine people going to companies and it being really funny and sort of like a funny courtroom stuff. But now it's turned into people making gadgets.
So it's Wayne Security and something else. That's what they're called. And Vanessa Hudgens is now the new director of this division, and she has Danny Pudi and other people underneath her who are all meant to be inventing different things to help the normal person protect themselves against issues with superheroes. So they have a Joker anti-venom, for example. There's a couple of other things that they show and discuss, but the impression I got from watching it is they're trying too hard to be a comic book cartoon sitcom. Like, they're trying to be like super cute, super sweet. Vanessa Hudgens is the girl from out of town, and she's trying to get in the big city. She hasn't got an accent. It's just what I'm... the picture I've got in my mind. And like, everyone in the city's really cynical because the first day there's a train wreck when she's trying to get to work, and they're like, "Are you seeing this?" It's like, dude, it happens every day. Does this happen every day? It happens literally every day. And it's too many bright colors just attacking you, and that seems to be the theme for the entire episode. And she's trying to be like super perky, and then Danny Pudi is trying to kind of be Abed without the autism.
Well, he's not that funny. He's sort of mean.
Yeah, that's why, like, because Danny Pudi, when he's in Community, he has that kind of naivety and misunderstanding with human beings. Like, you think he's a bit autistic from it, but there's kind of a reference point as to his interactions. Here, he's just a bit of a dick.
Yeah, and I don't like, because Danny Pudi, like, when he's not on Community, is so nice.
Oh,
and
I love
adorable.
Him. He's so, I was so excited because I love Danny Pudi, and I'll watch him on anything, to be honest.
And Alan Tudyk.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm so sad about something that Alan Tudyk is bad in. Oh.
He's not bad in it. It's just...
No, he might be the best thing in it, actually. He's probably the best thing.
He's, Bruce Wayne's cousin, and he's managing this department, and he's doing anything he can to leave Charm City, which is the city he's based in. It's not even based in Gotham or anything. Is Charm City where the Flash is?
No, the Flash is Central City.
That's it. They're both C's. That's
Who
why
comes
I'm
up with these
confused.
damn names?
They're very inventive, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, like, I sort of like that Alan Tudyk's character is in this show, it's Van Wayne, even though the real name is Vanderveer. Just call him Vanderveer. That's a better name.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, so he's playing the character as best he can with what I believe he's got. Because he's just meant to be a dickish boss who's only out for himself, trying to get out of this job. But the show itself is terrible. Like, as soon as the show ended, I just went to Coleman and I said, so that was bad. That was terrible. Not watching that again. And like most shows, I will give a couple of goes. Like Riverdale.
Yeah, you're watching Riverdale and not Powerless? Wow.
Yeah, at least with Riverdale, the aesthetic works overall, like, except for Archie's look. This is too brash, is trying too much to be kind of a comic book cartoon with real people in it.
Yeah, and it's the cardinal sin of a comedy that isn't funny.
It's like the girl scientist. She's just a cow.
Yeah, the worst thing about this show is that it's so nearly brilliant.
But was the original version funny where they were the insurance guy? Was that actually funny?
Yeah, it was really funny. It was really funny.
And they basically just reshot the whole first.
They've completely changed it. It's a different show. But I think every single character, if changed by 10%, the show would be a runaway success. I really think that. And the problem is that it was like that, and they changed it the wrong way.
I would like to see that original version just so I can compare.
I'm sure there will be a way to find it eventually.
I'm sure someone like filmed it at San Diego.
Yeah, I saw people who definitely shouldn't have been.
So I'll check that out.
And this is NBC. NBC have unbelievable credit history with good comedies. I don't know what's going on.
Have they done any superhero projects before this?
NBC, I can't name. Oh, that might be the problem.
Yeah.
I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Trying to strike out and do their own thing and like get their own niche, because like Netflix has their thing, the CW has their thing, but it's just like, nah, it's not working. Let's get on to something that is a bit decent. James?
Oh, more than decent. We're going to talk about iZombie.
Ooh, go on.
iZombie it's another CW show, but it's one of the only CW shows that's fronted by a woman. Yay, feminism 2017. So iZombie is based on the graphic novel of the same name, and it is about a medical student called Liv, who's very, very, very promising at being. She will probably be a very, very good doctor until one day she lets loose a bit and goes on a boat party where everybody's taking this new drug called Utopium. However, this batch turns people into bloodthirsty zombies.
As it does.
She didn't take any, but she was scratched by one of the zombies, and that's enough to turn her. But so she still has complete control. Apart from a couple things, her hair used to be brown, now it's bleached white. Her skin is equally as pale, and she can only eat brains.
But there is a twist.
This is the twist. All right. Instead of keeping her job as a doctor, she goes to work in the morgue, in the police. So then she doesn't
Lots
have to.
of brains there.
So yeah, exactly. So she doesn't have to kill people to get brains. And then she discovers something interesting. When she eats the brain of the person that died, she can see how they died, and she also gains characteristics of each individual person. So for the first episode, she learns how to speak, I think, Hungarian or Croatian. She becomes a kleptomaniac, and she knew exactly who killed this person, so she helps the Seattle police with crimes.
So she's kind of like Sylar from Heroes.
I never watched Heroes.
Oh, he used to... I don't think he actually ate the brains, but he used to just kind of play with the brains, see how they work, and then absorb their powers.
Oh, that's interesting.
This is slightly less invasive, I guess, because the person is already dead?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't have to kill him.
Well, but the thing is, she's not the only zombie around. There are others, but she's
like
the only...
her, or just zombified in general?
Most people who took the drug, either the ones who didn't die went back to a state of normality, and every zombie does that, except when they get, it's sort of a bit like the Hulk, when they get really, really angry or high adrenaline, they get uncontrollably mad and really strong. But the majority of the time, they seem normal, apart from the fact that they are very obviously really pale with white hair.
Okay.
That is the basic premise, and I haven't even got to all the really good stuff.
Ooh.
It's really funny, and I mean really funny. It's written by Rob Thomas, who did
Veronica Mars.
That I just watched an episode yesterday, and at one of the characters goes, "Oh man," they were talking about an old college roommate, and they said, "Oh yeah, a long time ago we used to be friends."
Yeah.
Which I loved that reference.
They have a few references to Veronica Mars in that show, actually. It's pretty good.
It's very good. And also Rob Thomas, the singer, turns up in one of the episodes. I'm not going to say when, why, or how, but it's brilliant. And I've heard that Carlos Santana will be making an appearance via Twitter in season 3. So they're keeping that going. It's the cast. There's absolutely nobody in there who you might recognize apart from Ali McCalker. I've never been able to say her name. She was quite young on a lot of Disney shows. But the main cast is real newcomers. Rose McIver is the lead as Liv Moore. You'll only know her from Power Rangers RPM.
Her name's Liv Moore.
Yeah, well, Olivia Moore.
Liv Moore.
I only just got that. I feel bad.
Do you think that's her real name, or she actually thought of that and she was like, yeah, that's a good actor pseudonym?
Oh no, the character's called Liv Moore.
Her name is Rose.
Oh, sorry, I had a brain fart right there.
Yeah, she's New Zealand, but she has a very good American accent, and her performance changes every episode because she eats a different brain.
That's gotta be hard to do.
Yeah, I can see it's really hard to do. Like one episode, I said she's a kleptomaniac, a Hungarian hooker, and then another episode she's a grumpy old man. Another one she's a frat boy.
Does she keep those traits from episode to episode? Does that fade off?
It does. It does fade off as the body digests the brain.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, is it overridden by the next brain?
No, but they sometimes reference back to different times, and sometimes sometimes she'll have to eat a brain that she knows is going to make her really weird. So like she'll eat someone who doesn't go outside.
Oh.
So she can't leave her house and stuff like that. It's a really, really interesting dynamic. The other bunch of people, her boss in the morgue is Raoul Coley, who again absolutely nothing before this of worth. He's an English actor, and he's English in the show, which is fantastic. And he's a point for a lot of good comedy, but can really, really change it and be dramatic at a moment's notice. He has a good line when Liv has a cheerleader's brain. He'll look at her and go, as she's leaving, go, Liv, be excited. Be excited. And like in a proper dry Monty Python kind of voice. It's so good.
Actually, I listened to an interview with him before I knew anything about the show. It's a podcast I listen to called Nerd Appropriate, and they do very similar stuff to us, but one of the hosts was an absolute fan of iZombie, so they got Raoul Cochley on the show to talk about iZombie and stuff. And after I listened to that interview, I was like, right, I need to watch the show because it sounds so fascinating. And he was also like really interesting to talk to, and like, so yeah, he was fantastic. And I think I've seen a couple of episodes, but I haven't actually finished like the whole season, but I can confirm it is great.
Yeah, and I haven't talked about like the major breakout star of the show, who I say he's probably the guy who's done the most stuff before. He's an actor called David Anders, who was in Heroes.
I know the name.
Adam Monroe.
Oh, yeah, he's in Once Upon a Time.
And Alias and Vampire Diaries.
Oh, I know who you mean.
He's Frankenstein in Once Upon a Time.
Oh, there you go. Well, I beg your pardon. There was somebody famous in the show. I just hadn't seen any of those shows. He's the zombie. He's the guy who accidentally turns Liv into a zombie.
Oh.
And he's like the major villain in the first season. The best person to compare him to would be Spike from Buffy.
Ah.
No. Excuse me. No.
It's not he's not amazing. It's the best comparison I can make, but there's no romantic links between him and anyone really.
And that is the problem, my friend.
there's enough romance in this show.
No, it's fine with the romance. I'm just saying that Spike without romance.
Okay, I'm with you there, but it's a
I
similar.
don't give a damn about the romance with Spike. I just like Spike. He's just awesome.
But the similarities, he's a bleach blonde dude who every now and then will sing an indie song from The Cure.
Okay, that's cool. I love The Cure.
That's the thing. He comes on one episode and just starts singing Friday I'm in Love. Brilliant.
Wonderful.
I think this show is horribly underrated and underwatched. I think it's one of the funniest and most interesting shows on television at the moment, and I really mean that. I hate everything, and I'm saying that.
Is it actually on television?
It is on Netflix.
On America, it's on the CW, and it's being distributed around the world on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
The first 2 seasons are available on Netflix in the UK right now.
Yeah, I actually agree with you that I'm surprised that there isn't more buzz about this TV show, considering how well it's done and actually how the quality of it as well.
I genuinely can't say anything bad about it. It is, to me, faultless currently.
High praise, high praise.
It's just good. It's not unbelievable. It's not Breaking Bad. It's just very, very high quality from people who believe in it, and all the actors give brilliant performances.
The only thing that I can think of that and it's my personal thing, it's not actually a bad point about the show, but it's one of those almost police procedurals, so every episode they kind of solve a case because she eats the person's dead's brain and she gets the clues and then she goes on to continue to help.
That doesn't really become the main part of the show.
Okay, actually that's good because I think that's the part that brings it down just personally for me because I'm slightly tired of the procedural nature of the TV shows, and it's not a bad thing necessarily because I know a lot of people love it and there is a lot of good things about that, but it's just my personal preference.
Yeah, you can't get away with that because she works for the police, and the main overarch is the police trying to figure out what's going on in Seattle with all these deaths. But like the main dynamic is the zombie underground scene.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, so because Blaine, that's David Anders' character. He will start. He's a low-level drug dealer at the start of the show, and then starts turning. I want to say siring, but that's a vampire thing.
Oh no, but it makes sense because he
starts turning really rich people and then charging them for brains. So he turns it into a business as opposed to a desire.
So is he a full-fledged zombie then?
He is a zombie.
Okay, but he kind of acts like Liv in the sense that they both act normally.
All zombies in the show act normally, except if they're really hungry or got loads of adrenaline.
So does that happen to Liv as well?
At times, yes.
Okay, even though she was scratched, not actually taking the drug.
Yes.
Did he know the drug was tainted?
Nobody did.
Oh, okay.
It's a complete freak accident.
Wow.
Or was it?
Dun 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 dun.
Right, something else that could have been an accident and caused a slight apocalypse. Alex, you finally got round to playing The Last of Us.
Best game ever made.
See, this is what everyone's keep telling me, and maybe it's taking me a very long time to get to it, and it's actually funny because this is the first game that came with my PS4 all the way back when I got it, and I started playing it and I didn't progress much, and then I got distracted by little things like Dragon Age and all that kind of stuff. You know, because I need 200 hours to find all my elf fruit, goddammit. Anyway, so I've left it for a very long time, and now I've come into kind of my lull in gaming where I kind of was having a break from Overwatch, finished replaying the whole Mass Effect, so I had a break, and I was like, alright, so I want to play something, but I always want to play something that has story more than anything. I like different stories and different vibrant characters. This is, if you look at pretty much most of the video games I like, most of them are in some kind of way narrative driven more than anything else. One of the reasons why in the same kind of Naughty Dog neighborhood I don't really want to play Uncharted is because a lot of them are on the different platforms, and even though we probably owe a lot of those games, it's just to get to number 4, which is the one that I would prefer to play, I need to take a very long journey, and I'll be honest with you, I don't have that much time before Mass Effect Andromeda comes in, so I need something sizable.
I would quickly say about Uncharted, you only need to play 2.
Yeah, that's what my husband keeps telling me too, but hey. although I don't know, everyone's loving 4 from what I hear.
I need to, you need to play
As
2 before you play 4.
Alright.
Yeah.
Fair point, but I don't know if I'll get to it. I'm not that fussed, to be honest. So I'm okay to miss that, but Last of Us, it was good, because I already had a digital copy of that. It came with my PS4. It's Last of Us Remastered, so, extra pretty, and by all means has amazing story, and I've also spent the last, I don't know how many years since that game come out, fast-forwarding all video gaming podcasts when they started talking about the spoilers for this game, so I still don't know what's happening in it, miraculously, so I thought, hey, if I actually want to listen to what everyone's been talking about, I might as well play this.
And especially with the trailer that came out last year for the next Last of Us, that was pretty spectacular. It didn't do much, it just looked really cool, so I need to play it now.
The thing is, everyone went crazy, and I was like, okay, it's a trailer. Everyone's going crazy about it. I can't join in, but yay you guys! And if it was the opposite thing, it was like a BioWare title, which I obviously like worship and follow around, I would be going crazy right there with them, but here I need to catch up.
Yeah.
So I'm not that far into the game. I've played a good couple of hours. I'm playing on easy.
What's the biggest thing that's happened so far?
What's the biggest thing that has happened so far?
Yeah.
Well, I'm basically went to meet this dude who's going to give us a car. So I don't know. It's pretty early in the game. I don't know how early it is. But shooting upside down is a blip.
What? Shooting upside down?
I know what you're on about, yeah.
What?
It's a blip.
Why are you shooting upside down?
Because Joel accidentally gets in a trap and is being held upside down, and there are some infected coming to get them.
Yeah.
Oh, like clickers and stuff. I know
Yes.
the terms.
There is a clicker that killed me on numerous occasions in that fight.
The only reason I know the names is because I found them in my rifts on Diablo. I found some clickers and bloaters, and I went to Coleman the other day. Last of Us, yeah? It's like, yes, Lauren. Very
Yes,
good.
dear. Yes, dear.
Very good.
Yeah, as I said, I'm playing on easy because I'm there for an easy ride of the story, and if for some reason I'll love this game so much, I'll replay it on harder difficulties, but I'll stick to the easy now because I want to know basically what happens and enjoy it without suffering and replaying, especially since, I won't lie, I'm not the biggest fan of how this game handles weapons and shooting, really.
Oh, okay.
This is just me. This is part of the reasons why I don't tend to like to play the games in this genre, because generally the shooting part of it tends to annoy me a little bit, and plus some of that game, it really encourages you to go into stealth mode, and I'm not a stealthy person. I'm go guns blazing kind of person, so I need to be on easy with lots of ammo and with big chunk of health.
Just give me a big gun and set me loose.
Yeah, but I'm enjoying it. So I'll keep going. When I finish it, I'll have my final say on what I thought of the game. But
Do you have the DLC?
yeah, I have the DLC because I got the remastered one. So
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah, as I said, not like anyone cares about my opinion because they already played it, but you'll get to hear it anyway.
I care. Yeah, I did feel pretty bad because we met Troy Baker last year and met Ashley Johnson the year before at the BAFTAs. Oh, they're lovely people, absolutely wonderful. And I've kind of blagged my way through discussing it with them. Like, so you do this. Oh, I wish I met her last year because she's gorgeous as well from Tales from Borderlands. And my God, I would have squeezed so hard. I loved her anyway because she's fantastic, but you're gorgeous. I need you in my life now. You are coming home with me.
Gorgeous is adorable.
Oh, I love her so much. Like, Troy Baker's fantastic, and he's a really good sport. I just want them both. I'll have them both. That's fine. They could just sit on my sofa and just say things for me. That'll do. That'll cheer me up.
At you.
Just talk at me. Just like changing the voices now and again. Well, Troy Baker is in Tales from the Borderlands as well, but I don't like his voice because I think he's August, and August is a bit of a douche. But Gortys is amazing. So I might make him do Vasquez, because I'm pretty sure he can do a Patrick Warburton. And Patrick Warburton has a fantastic voice. I have completely gone off on tangent.
That's fine. I pretty much said everything I wanted to say about The Last of Us, as that I am playing it. I am being a big pussycat and playing it on easy, and it's going okay so far.
I don't think there's anything to be ashamed of in playing games on easy. I always play games on easy the first time through.
It depends on the game. Like, because you're just there for the story mode,
Yep.
That's completely fine. You are there to learn the story. You're not there to run and gun, shooting zombies, trying to get all the chivos. You're just trying to play it to enjoy it.
I will say, the thing about The Last of Us is that it's one of those games that actually does get better once you up the difficulty, because once you get onto, I think, hard mode, the listen mechanic and the stealth stuff, it becomes exponentially harder, and the listen mechanic is gone completely.
Ouch.
And once you get on, there's the moment, the hardest mode is called Grounded, where there's no heads-up display of any kind. So there's no way of checking how many bullets you have. There's no way of checking how many med packs, how many Molotovs. Nothing. You have to keep track of that stuff. And the enemies are harder, faster, and take less damage and deal more.
That is vicious.
However, it's the only thing Completing that game ungrounded is better than any Soulsborne game boss. It's the moment of pure, utter joy of finishing that game.
From all the suffering and beating you've taken before.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose it does give you a bit more of a challenge because you have to keep track of everything. So when you finish it, it's just like relief.
Yeah.
With the Souls and the Born games, that's more frustration because the enemies are just arseholes.
One of the best things about The Last of Us is this is my favourite game, as you might have guessed.
That's fine.
The fact that you can get as excited about finding a shiv as completing a level...
That is true.
is game design and game mechanic to the highest degree and highest honour.
Oh, it's the little things.
That just finding something like that to then know I have a defense. I know for a fact that I will get further in this game than I did before, and it makes you feel like the characters so very perfectly.
Oh, that sounds nice.
And then you have the music. You didn't even talk about how amazing the music is.
Well, you're a music major, so that's gonna hit you on the head, isn't it?
No, I am not alone in thinking that the Last of Us score is something brilliant.
No, I'm just saying that we're not as in tune to it as you might be. That's what I mean.
Fair enough.
I don't know why it's an interesting thing for me with the music. I zoned out it occasionally in the games, and then for some reason it comes through to me like in I notice it in the game's the most dramatic moments where there is like a really intense scene. Suddenly the music for me is amplified to the hundreds, and I'm like, I can't listen to this anymore because this is so sad.
It's the opposite with in The Last of Us. It's the silent moments and the moments of absolute reflection that's when the music comes in and you start crying.
That's the dangerous part. If something can make you cry, that's good storytelling. Cry by not scaring you, like Five Nights at Freddy. That makes me cry. Oh, and PT made me cry. And I wasn't even bloody playing it.
Resident Evil on VR nearly made me cry.
Oh, what were we playing? Until Dawn.
Oh, brilliant game.
Yeah, she's playing the VR thing, and she's...
Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. That's terrible.
Oh, God. She was playing it in VR, and she was sat next to me. And she was just going further and further down the sofa. And at one point she jumped and she kind of flung the headset off. I was like,
I get scared very, very easily.
Oh, dude, so do I. Don't worry. I'm trying to, like, wean myself off it. Like, I've been watching more horror stuff. Just trying to, like, get myself a bit more in tune. Like, I've got some stuff queued up downstairs. I'm going to watch more Stephen King. There was a few, like, Eldritch stuff that I want to watch, that's like Reanimator, and I've got Pet to watch as well.
Don't watch Pet.
No, is it that bad?
It's one of the worst ones I've ever seen.
Kind of want to watch it.
Alright, okay, let me put it into perspective. Would you like to know how many dollars it made at the box office last year?
Do it. Tell me.
Alright, are you ready?
Yeah.
7.
What? 7?
$7. It was the worst selling film of last year.
Now I have to watch it. I need to know how bad it is. I have to watch it.
Yeah, you thought you discouraged her. You actually encouraged her by this.
Well, because I've been putting it off because I was thinking, oh, this is going to be freaky. And I kept starting, like when Coleman's been editing or recording upstairs, it's like, I'm downstairs like, I'll just put it on. No, I won't. Now I'm just going to, now I just...
Wait, this is the one with Dominic Monaghan, right?
Yeah, and the cage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sent to me. That's the only reason I've seen it.
Alright, so dear listeners, I will be telling you all about Pet next week on our 2-year anniversary show.
Oh, I beg your pardon, it wasn't 7, it was 70.
That's still not good. I'm sorry, that's so bad.
You broke Lauren with this news.
It's so bad. Luckily, it's the end of the show, so I don't need to say... Well, I need to say more things. Oh, Alex, I was listening to you last week.
Yeah?
And I was just like, come on, Tabletop Tuesday, get to Tabletop Tuesday. Because Coleman was like, she's not going to say it. It's like, yeah, she is. She's got to do it. She's going to remember all the things to say.
Did I not mention Tabletop Tuesday? I did mention.
No, you did. Because we were just there listening. It's like, come on. Yeah, there it is. She's good. She knows what she's doing.
Well, no, I'm really bad at finishing the episode. It just gets to the point where, like, I've mentioned this. Now I need to finish it. And I'm like, and it's over. Bye.
You actually go, what does Lauren say? I don't remember what Lauren says.
Exactly, because last time I was like, what does Lauren say? Because he manages to finish this where my mind just goes, okay, we're running for all these things, blank, bye!
We have a list of things to do at the end.
Well, I did all those things, and then that was it.
Okay, let's end this thing. So, I want to say very big thank you to James from TICGN.
My absolute pleasure. You can find me on @James_S Wilson. Come talk to me for banter about films and Radiohead.
Radiohead.
Best band ever. Best band ever.
So we got a few
to me,
shout-outs.
best band ever to me. The best band ever is the Beatles, of course, but anyway.
Oh, I'm saying nothing. I'd prefer Radiohead over the Beatles, if I'm honest.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so Alex, do you want to do the shout-outs on the forums?
I do want to do the shout-outs on the forums. I'm shouting out to Stingo, to Richard Kirk, to Rick, and to Unflushable, who apparently liked our Nostalgia Hour last episode, and he lobbies that we introduce Nostalgia Hour to every episode.
But every episode's an hour. How about Nostalgia Week? So for 1 week, every month, we'll do Nostalgia Hour.
How
Sure.
about for Halloween you do Nostalgia Ween?
Ooh.
You know what? You can't do that. I stole that from someone else.
Damn it!
That sounds like something from Nostalgia Critic.
Yeah, that's exactly who it was.
Great minds, great minds. James, would you care to do our Twitter shout-out, please?
Sure. We are tweeting out this week to Will Driver @WillDriver93.
And thank you on Facebook to Ricardo Kirkerson. No reviews on iTunes, but if you would like to get in contact, you can do so on the forums, BigRedBarel.com. You can do so on Twitter @BigRedBarel and use the hashtag Geek Speak. You can use our personal Twitters. I am @TheSweetShrimp.
I'm a Dusty Tulip _.
I'm @James_S Wilson. I did that before, sorry.
No worries, no worries. Now people will definitely know because you've said it twice. You can go on to Facebook, facebook.com/BigRedBarel. Give us a little comment there. We also have the Gamer Night group on there where you can go on, meet some lovely people, play some lovely games. Currently, some people are playing the For Honor beta. Coleman gave some codes away, so if you're on there, sometimes we have some extra codes. You could grab them. People are playing Overwatch, people are playing GTA and other stuff. I know that Vlad, Coleman, and some other lovely people have been playing a bunch of heists. Bleezy has as well, but I think that usually devolves into Coleman blowing him up a lot.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, you can blow up Bleezy too. You have our permission. Please blow him up as much as you want. Please. If you do, send us some screenshots, yeah? You can also go onto iTunes, give us a 5-star rating if you think we're worth it, and give us a little comment. We also have Tabletop Tuesday every Tuesday in Loading Bar in Dalston in London town. We have an event called Tabletop Tuesday where every week there's a new featured game which you can win that very evening. All you have to do is play the game. You don't even have to win your round. Put your name into the prize draw and you can win it by 10:30 that very evening. How do you put it into the prize draw, I hear you ask?
Well, how do you get put into a prize draw, Lauren?
You tell Tim upstairs. He's usually the shouty guy with grey hair and his bum hanging out. Or tell Alex. She's the crazy Russian that's going around taking pictures because we also have the Tabletop
And my bum is not hanging out, FYI.
No. But she has a lovely bum.
Oh, thank you.
You are the Baroness of Butts, after all. She contributes to the Tabletop Tuesday Instagram page, where you can go on, see pictures of the event, see our winners, see the featured games. You can also go to BigRedBarel.com. Top left-hand corner, there is a static post for Tabletop Tuesday. You can go on there, see the featured game for this week, and you can also ask any questions about the event or the game itself. We also have a meetup group for Tabletop Tuesday. You can join that. We are many members strong. I'm not sure how many. It's just a lot. I know it's a lot.
Over 1,000? 1,200 something?
So lots of people there, lots of lovely folk. Our next Tabletop Tuesday is Valentine's night, so come be romantic.
Interestingly enough,
Yeah.
the game that is gonna be next week, and lovely devs of the game are also coming, so they'll be on hand to help out with the game. But it's about finding things in the sock.
What?
Think all the innuendos that you will. Enjoy.
Well, the Loading Bar is very lovely for a romantic date. They have lovely cocktails, lovely people, lovely ambience, and lovely games. So come along, get to know one another, drink some cocktails, and be abused by the Big Red Barrel folks. And if you don't have a date, if you don't know anyone, if you're new to London like I was when I first moved here, everyone's lovely. Just come along, speak to us. We will find you some lovely people to play some games with. Do not be afraid. Even though we might sound a bit loony on here, we are nice people sometimes.
I might come down. I haven't got anything to do that evening.
Well,
Go
it's
for
in
it.
Dalston in London, and it is a lovely evening. I think that's everything.
Actually, before we go, I'll add one another thing. So, as Lauren, you've already mentioned, next episode is our anniversary episode.
2-year anniversary and my birthday.
And Lauren's birthday.
Yes!
What we would really, really love, if anyone who listens to us has any questions that they want to ask us for our anniversary episode, there is some familiar returning voices and some familiar recurring voices on that episode, and that's all I'm gonna say.
That means 2 people.
Yes.
That's 2 people.
2 people.
Voice and voice.
Voices and voices. As in terms of questions, ask what you will. Can be geeky, can be what kind of cookies we like. I mean, we reserve the right not to answer some personal weird-ass questions, but you're welcome to try asking them anyway.
The answer to the cookie question is the Sainsbury's triple chocolate cookie.
The raspberry white chocolate one.
I like uncooked cookies.
Okay, well, don't ask about the cookies, because we already answered that, but please ask some questions, because we'd love to.
But other confection, that's fine. Confection questions. Sorry.
Well, it made her happy, so I guess.
No, I'm still a little broken after the pet thing. That's really amused me.
Just think about that. I love films. I love films that don't make any money at the box office. Do you remember that FIFA, the company, not the game, they had a documentary commissioned about FIFA,
No.
starring Tim Roth as Sepp Blatter. Would you like to guess how much that made at its opening weekend at the box office?
$5.
£50.
No, it made 170 worldwide.
Wow.
Like the other one was just America. This was worldwide.
Was Pet actually like in general release in the UK? Because I don't remember seeing it in cinemas.
I do not believe it was.
Uh.
Or if maybe it hasn't come to the UK yet. Anyway,
Google to the rescue.
Google. Oh well, it says 2016. Initial release in Spain 2016. 45% on Rotten Tomatoes, 5.7 on IMDb. So it can't be that terrible. I don't know. 48 on Metacritic, which everyone knows is the be-all and end-all.
You know what? Maybe it was just terribly marketed.
Release date 2nd of December. Oh, hang on. UK 13th of March DVD premiere.
Oh, there you go.
So it's not even being released here in cinemas.
Says a lot.
It's not even released in Japan yet. It's been at 4 film festivals, so South by Southwest.
That was its premiere.
Yeah, March last year.
Well, Sing Street had its premiere in, January last year at Sundance. So, that doesn't really...
Yeah,
a festival screening, premiere screening doesn't really mean that much.
No. Portugal, 8th of September 2016. Spain, 10th of October. Sweden, 21st of October. Again, these are all film festivals. US, general release, 2nd of December. It doesn't actually say general, it hasn't said anything about a film festival. And Japan, 25th of February. Wow, that's weird.
Poor Dominic Monaghan. He'll never reach the look.
I've got so much time on my hands, I can watch everything now.
I think we've talked about this film way too long.
Yeah, we should really end this. We've gone past an hour. For episode 76 of BigRedBarel Geek Speak, I have been Lauren.
I have been Butts.
And I have been James.
And we bid you goodbye.
Bye. See, maybe this is what I didn't do last time. Maybe I didn't do I have been blah blah blah. That's what felt weird.
You haven't said butts again.
Oh, right, Butts.
You and your ears are quite welcome.
For the podcasting goodness that you just heard.
Why not roll on over
To BigRedBarel.com
for more podcasts,
news, reviews, and videos from the biggest, reddest site on the internet. BigRedBarel.com